BHCL, we are back. It is playoffs day 1, game day 19 for those counting at home. We are super pumped to get this underway. I'm Alafresco. To my left, Ghosty Ferret. To my right, Ohio Otters and ZDXW. We are super pumped to give you some of the greatest playoff action today, starting with two games, two matchups. It should be exciting. ZD, do you want to jump into things on what two matchups are happening tonight and specify what is going on with the series?
Round one, game one is going to be between the Sacramento Surge visiting the Ohio Otters. That game's going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the second round one matchup, game one, is between the Los Angeles Earthquakes visiting the Paris Pigeons. That game is supposed to start at 7:45 EST, but that could be pushed back if the Surge Otters game goes to overtime, double OT, triple OT, whatever OT. So that is a tentative start time, but it'll be 7:45 p.m. or later. And game two for these series are going to be Friday, March 20th at the same respective times, 7 and 7:45 p.m. EST. 22nd, my bad. 22nd, my bad. And then on Saturday, March 23rd would be the potential game three matchups if needed. These are only 3-game series, so if it's tied 1-1 after 2 games, they will meet on Saturday, the 23rd, at the same respective times. And excuse the typo, it says Sunday, March 23rd. It's supposed to be Saturday, March 23rd, but you catch the drift. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, ZD. Should be an exciting round of matchups. Starting with the very first game between the Sacramento Surge and the Ohio Otters. Obviously, I am a team member of the Sacramento Surge. We have some very good players. We have Radium and Gorius most likely on the first line, and Arden B and Gasolines on the second line, with star goaltender Vasilevsky in between the cages. Should be an interesting lineup for the Surge and exciting. Ohio Otters, do you want to go over what your team's lineup looks like?
Yeah, sure thing, Al. I'm excited. We got Robe and Sammy the Whale coming at you on the first line. Big threat on offense. They've been scoring most of our goals this season, but Packers and APAT on the second line is not a bad option as well. You know, they've outperformed some teams. But our true superstars, Bagel Glazed, the brick wall and net, he's saved some of our games this season, and it should be a fun watch.
Yeah, should be an interesting game one matchup, but I did say that Vasilevsky will be in between the pipes for the Surge. That's not necessarily true. Ghosty Ferret, you got an injury report for us.
Yeah, I do. So as we come over here, we have the injury report tonight, and only one injury, but unfortunately, it is arguably the biggest star in the series, what many consider to be the greatest of all time, and then behind the net, or in the net, Vasilevsky here, choking it in. He is just the only reason that the Surge really won games this season, in my opinion, is this guy right here, and him being out. Just I don't want to say it, leaves the Surge with zero chance to win, but it really hurts their odds. Unfortunately, he has a groin injury and he will be out for game one. He's questionable for game two, but we're gonna move here as Luke has an interview with Chokington bedside in the hospital.
All right, and we are joined with Chokington of the Sacramento Surge in his hospital room. Chokington, how are you feeling right now?
Luke, I felt better. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but obviously could be better.
Well, tell me exactly what happened. I've been told that it's a groin injury. Is that true?
That is correct. We were at a practice earlier today, and I was playing it's a little too rough at practice, and went post a little too hard, and pulled my groin.
All right, well, obviously playoffs, a really bad time for that to happen, but thankfully you just traded for Al Fresco from the Malibu Marshmallows, who has been known to play in net before. Tell me, are you confident in your potential backup goalie for tonight?
Well, maybe. I'm gonna be hopeful and say yes, but I've been around long enough to see the bright and the bad of Al Fresco, so I'm hoping for the good of Al Fresco tonight.
All right, well, that's all the time we have now. Choke, hope you recover soon, but until then, have a good one.
All right, thank you for that interview, Luke. Fantastic job on the media side of things to find your way into the hospital. Great media work there. But let's jump into who is starting for the Surge now, because Vasilevsky won't be in between the pipes, and it's going to be me. I'm going to be hopping in between the pipes for the Sacramento Surge. I feel I'm pretty confident in my abilities to.
No. I don't think you get it, man. You're washed. I'm sorry to report Robe is dropping. He's stat padding against you, man. So
Okay. I think that's a bit too far. I'm still a BHL
no,
backup
dude,
caliber goalie.
you weren't even you were traded. The Malibu Marshmallows did not think to start you once. They don't value you, and neither do the Surge. This is forced. I don't know how
Okay.
they're even letting you start in net.
Okay, Demoney. Let's back off a little bit here. You're not even on the roster for the Otters
Dude, I
because you're
am.
so
I
bad at
made the
goaltender.
roster. I made the roster, Al.
Are you playing? Are you playing? I don't see you on the roster. You aren't a
I'm
player.
retired, Al. I'm retired.
No, you aren't. You're a goalie. You suck. You're terrible. At least I have to step in.
There's a gas station up ahead.
What do you think? Any chance to refuel we should take?
I just saw something from the road.
DC's falling on July 4th.
We get there before anyone else does.
The United States are vaporized. If we go down there, they're going to kill us.
That's the job.
Now we're talking.
On an iPhone, Copilot, your everyday AI companion. Tapping Create Images, then selecting a prompt. Create a logo for my fantasy football team featuring an animal wearing a helmet. Designer generates 4 variations.
I think the Otters are blowing them out. They're gonna mercy rule them. It's gonna be at least 8-0, and they're sweeping this series. There's no hope after demolishing Alfresco in net game 1. They're not gonna.
You want me to come over there? Do you want me to come over there?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Sit down here. Sit down.
Temper.
Like I said.
Alrighty.
the Otters
Okay,
are
you're
sweeping
done.
this.
You're done.
No,
Go into
am I?
timeout.
Me?
Go into timeout now. Yeah, you.
Okay.
Hey. Alrighty. Sorry that got escalated. Hey, I do agree with Demoni. Surge are cooked this game. Demoni, you can come back. A good noodle for
All right.
2 seconds.
Thank
The
you.
Surge are going to be cooked. Alfresco's in net. It's free goals.
Oh
I
my
think the
goodness,
Surge are going to
bro.
win, or not the Surge. The Ohio Otters are going to win game 1, 5-0, and this is going to be a clean sweep for Ohio 2-game series. Ferret, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are making this seem like it's gonna be more of a blowout than it is. I have a little bit of faith in Gorius and even Alfresco. I wouldn't say I have as much faith as Gorius, but he's capable, I guess. So I'm gonna give a 2-0 win for the Otters. I know I just said they're capable, but they're not capable of winning, unfortunately. And the Otters will sweep the series. What do you think, Al?
This is just blasphemy. The bias on the desk is crazy. All 3 of you are so biased towards the Otters. Of course, I'm going to pick my Sacramento Surge to win this game 1-0. Of course, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be dominant. Goriest is going to look fantastic. The Surge are winning this one 1-0. Luke, behind the camera, we have a pick from you as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the bias here is quite frankly disgusting, and people are not giving you the credit that you deserve. I think that Alfresco, for the Surge, you are going to play amazing if you were playing for the Ohio Otters, because the Ohio Otters are going to be dropping goals on you left and right. It is not even going to be close. The Otters and Robe are finally going to beat the fraud allegations. And I'm going with a 5-1 game. I think it's just going to be open season against Alfresco.
Disastrous.
We have one more pick, though, actually, from our director behind the scenes, Discoof McGundy. What do you think is going to be the score of today's game?
Alfresco is a walking bean. 5-1 Ohio Otters.
This is just blasphemy, man. Why is it always me? Why are we dogging on me?
You're just an
Because
easy target.
you peaked in Plumber era.
If I speak, I may get
Oh.
fired.
But thanks for the pick, guys.
You're just an
Because
easy
you're
target.
you peaked in
That
Plumber
too.
era.
If I speak, I may
Oh.
get fired.
Ohio Otters. Like I said, we'll see you all in a few.
All right. Welcome to BHCL Playoffs Day 1. I am Damoni, your caster, joined by my color commentator and cameraman, Luke.
How's it going? I'm excited to be here today. Should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, for our first game, we're witnessing the Ohio Otters, the 3rd seed, take on the 6th seed Sacramento Surge, who started the season hot at 5-5, but lost 4 straight to finish 6th. Below the LA Earthquakes, who were not so hot. So it's been a downward spiral for the Surge here. And the Otters, I believe, have won their last 3 straight. Luke, do you think there's any hope for the Surge team, first of all? Obviously, with your opinions on the desk, does not seem like it, but what's the X factor for the Surge here?
I think the X factor for the Surge is the Ohio Otters getting in their own heads. I think that the only way that the Surge come out on top today is if
Recently, and for no reason at all, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes.
which is a player who hasn't played in
that guy.
quite a long time. So I'll let you talk about Alfresco and net for the Surge.
Yeah, I mean, he's just useless, you know? I mean, you take a guy who hasn't played goaltender in, what, 3 to 4 seasons? Feels like a full calendar year. And he's just not fit to play at the highest level, especially not in playoffs where, you know, stuff's getting serious. You can't... It's really unfortunate for the Surge to have a bum like Al in net.
You know, I think he's going to do his best. I think he's going to try his darndest. I don't think that
he will.
means much. However, it'll remain to see what impact that can have. Chokington should be back in the lineup for Game 2, and I think that'll be a huge morale boost for the Surge as a whole. You know, sometimes when you're playing down a player or you're having a sub, you kind of play a little bit better. You're trying to make up for the fact that you're missing such a key piece that we actually might see Sacramento come out with a little bit of fire, but that could be extinguished fairly quickly if Ohio gets an early goal.
Yeah, I mean, I am the team manager. I told my guys in the team chat, it is of the utmost importance that score first, because that'll really set the tone of the game. And it might crush the Surge's hopes. I don't know. They've been putting a lot of pressure on themselves to win this game. If I've checked BHL General Discord, just the Surge, really high hopes for some reason, but I'm sure if Ohio kills the momentum quickly, they won't really have a chance of fighting back into this game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We're just a few seconds away from puck drop. Who do you think is going to be the X factor for this game? Who do you think is going to take it home and win it?
To take it home and win it? Oh,
well,
I mean,
I just mean like who's gonna really show off? You think R.I. Kicks Z is gonna for
R.I.
Ohio Otters?
He's not on the team, but I think You know, Robe and Whale have been a great line all season. I'm not worried about them. Although they did play pretty poorly against the Blizzard. We prefer to forget that game. I think Packers and APAT are really going to be the X factor for this Otters team. Because that is what led to their downfall in their last game against the Surge, which they lost. Granted, Bagel was not in net. But they lost because Packers and I believe the person was Quovu, who's not much of a downgrade by any means over APAT. They lost because of that second line diff, so we'll see if that takes effect today. Face-off underway, Radium 7 winning it forward. Gorius sends a quick shot in. Bagel Glazed able to turn that one aside into the neutral zone. Robe pressuring. Chases Gorius behind his own net. A very risky and aggressive play from Robe. We tend to see that for Robe in the playoffs. The narrative is that Robe gets a little too in his own head come playoff time. We'll see if that carries over to this series as Robe tries the near side. Doesn't work. Looking for more options. Gorius denying him on the boards. Gets it up. Sammy the Whale. Bringing it back safely. Crosses it for Robe. Radium 7 pressuring him. Robe getting it past him on the near boards. Gorius holds the neutral zone. Radium looking for room past Sammy the Whale. He won't get it. Sammy the Whale getting it up the boards. Gorius holds it at the red line. Radium 7 shoots one in, and Bagel Glazed able to make the easy glove. Sammy the Whale now defending against Radium 7. Up for Robe. Robe sprung past Gasolines. He catches up. Gasoline's able to ping it into the corner. Robe, a quick turnaround shot. He scores! Robe with the first goal for the Otters, and they're up 1-0.
First shot, first goal for Ohio here tonight. Exactly how you want to enter the playoffs. Alfresco trying his best to stand in net, but like Damoni said on the desk, it might just be open season here for the Otters. Rough look, but a great play from Robe. What do you think, Damoni?
I can't say I respect Al, but I don't disrespect him. And you know, unbiased, that was not a good shot, and it should have been saved. I think Al was trying to read the play a little too much.
See,
but,
that's the kind of goal though that it sneaks by you. You know, you don't expect that shot to go off.
Past Gasolines, but unable to get a shot away. He'll force it into the Surge corner. Both second lines on now. Arden B and Gasolines for the Surge. And as we discussed earlier, Packers and APAT for the Otters. Packers a long P3. Saved by Alfresco. The rebound is loose, but it's cleared by Gasolines. He'll bring it up the ice now. Packers holds the blue line. Has APAT in the center. Elects to go for the shot, and Arden B shuts him down. Packers, good pullback. Arden B reads it, though. Dangerous chance for Packers. And a good read by Arden. Arden up the boards for Gasoline. Working with him on the board, sends it back for his line mate Packers. Packers over for APAT. He'll drag it back to the boards. Good move there, but Gasoline's clamping him up. Radium 7 pressuring Packers now. Gets it, trying to pass it out to the slot, but it hits the post, and it's off the side of the net. It's up for Robe now. Packers, Mitz reads the play. Radium 7's shot right into Bagel Glazed. Excellent save there. Otters goalie. Packers behind his own net with it. Working past Radium up for Robe. Sammy the Whale on the ice now. They'll send it up the near boards.
But, you know, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to work. And that's kind of what Sammy the Whale's whole game plan is. He just gets down to the nitty-gritty just like that. Easy little open net there. Just power threes it, dumps it in. Just a second ago before this, though, we saw a huge opportunity from Radium. A great save by Bagel to keep it a 1-0 game at the time. And now his team's up 2-0.
Sammy the Whale crashing the net there, proven to be the right play as he puts them up 2-0 against the Surge. We'll see if they can bounce back here. Surge obviously suffered a pretty bad defeat against the Malibu Marshmallows earlier in the season, but came back in a doubleheader. So that goes to show the mental toughness of this team. We'll see if they can replicate that in the highest stage of playoffs. Here's Gorius on the blue line. Doesn't get a shot through. But taking advantage of the high ping. Robe now getting around Radium to the slot. Gorius is there to defend it. Robe out to the middle for Sammy the Whale. He whiffs. He'll regroup at center ice. Gives it up for Radium, who will send it back for Gorius. Minute 30 left in this first period. We should see a line change soon as Gorius crit chains past the Otters defenders, and Bagel Glaze slides across for a great save. Here's Robe getting past Ardent B. Bad line change for the Surge. Robe's shot. Saved by Al Fresco. It's loose. Robe kicks it out to the Sammy the Whale. He'll elect to take it himself. Ardent B up the ice now. Robe clears one in. He'll change for APAT. Sammy the Whale and APAT on the ice now. Whale defending against Gasolines behind his own net. Gasolines now tries to bury it. Unable to get the curve away, and it's back for Arden B. We'll see a change for the Otters here. It's Packers coming off the bench to swat that puck away from Gasolines. APAT 8 will chase it down the ice. Arden B with it. APAT 8 dragging it back. Looking for room, gets past Arden B. Curves to the middle. APAT 8 is dancing through the zone, but he can't get the shot away. Arden B in the corner now. Defended by APAT. APAT really trying to free it for the corner. 3 seconds. And they won't be able to get anything. As that'll conclude the first period. The Otters take this one 2-0 after one. Shots are 5-4 in favor of Ohio. But the Surge not looking as bad as we thought they'd be. Pass it off to Luke now. I'm sure he has something to say. Or something to show us.
Going off of the script we normally do, instead of going between the benches, we're actually going to talk about a little bit of drama between the two team owners, Foolish and Wally Bear. Recently, they all attended a Hurricanes game, an actual hockey game, and this is what Wally Bear had to say about Foolish's choice of attire.
Yo, Chokington and Yuppie, I'm just saying, like, I ain't speaking for the owner of the Otters, but like, I didn't see no jersey at the Chell game. Like, I wasn't seeing no Otter jersey. Like, there, I'm fake fan. I'm saying the owner don't mess with him. They don't mess with them. Are the Otters in them?
With Suave Hair Care, awaken your hair's natural beauty without spending a fortune. At Olive Garden, sauce is the soul. Made from scratch every day. It's what takes you on a tour.
Not even a jersey. Like, not even a Otters jersey. At the game, I was like, and I was like, wait a minute, oh, that Foley, oh, that's, wait, you the owner's of, wait, owner of the Otters with no jersey on. Wait a minute, you don't mess with them. Owner of the Otters, fake.
All right, obviously some big words coming in from Wally right now. His team's down 2-0. Demoni, what do you think of the game so far?
You know, the Otters not outshooting them by much, but they're getting the better chances. You know, getting past Goriest is definitely tough. He's one of the best defenders in the league. His delayed ping, being an EU player, really feeds into that. He's able to just ping it when you don't expect it. But, I mean, Robe and Sammy have really seemed to find a way past that. So, it's going to be interesting to see if he can not necessarily return to form, but find a higher form here in the second period. Obviously, he has been playing great. But, his line mate, I forget who it is. Oh, Radium 7. Radium 7. Not really giving him much help. He's been an alright forechecker, but You'd like to see more offense from him if you're a Sacramento fan, that's for sure.
Honestly, I think that Radium's probably looked to be the brightest spot right now offensively
Really?
for Sacramento.
That's a fair assessment, I suppose. Here's Robe, trying to get into the Sacramento zone. Gorius now. Nutmegging Robe. Gorius has Radium at center ice.
Take
He
it
whiffs
back.
on it. Sammy the Whale able to defend that. Here's Robe getting past Gorius, cutting to the middle. Robe's in. Saved by Al Fresco. He tried the short side. Sammy the Whale's out with it now at the blue line. Radium 7 defending against him. Tries to bring it down the ice. Well defended by Robe. Gorius gets past him. Sammy the Whale pinning him to the boards. It's up for Robe again. Robe past Radium. Goes around the net. Robe pulls it back, looking for the shot, but it's denied by Al Fresco, I believe. He got the ping off. Robe. Back for Sammy the Whale. Sammy up the boards again for Robe. He'll cut to the middle this time. Well defended by Radium. Good read there. Radium keeping it in the zone. Finally cleared by Sammy the Whale. It's a foot race. Robe unable to win it as Gasoline swats it behind his own net. Robe still chasing. Packers on the ice now. Able to turn around and swat it back to Gasoline's. APAT 8 changing. Gasoline's almost has time to shoot, but Packers denies it. Pressing up on him to defend the shot. Here's Gasoline's in the corner with it. Packers gets it free behind his own net. Looking for APAT. Passes directly to Arden B, who shoots and scores! Arden B gets the Sacramento Surge on the board as he buries one. It's 1-2.
You know, Packers, he's been criticized a little bit this season. He's not the player that people thought he would be coming into things. And we were really hoping he would turn up during playoffs, kind of go back to form. But that was just a bad play. No real way to sugarcoat that. Just a bad pass right out into the middle to Arden B, basically. I'm sure he definitely didn't intend for it to end up there, but that's where it did. And Arden B is going to take that opportunity and beautifully just cut straight into the middle right away, getting past Bagel Glaze. Only a 1-0 game now. Kind of concerning if you're Ohio, but I don't know. I think Robe might be able to turn it up just a little bit more.
Here's APAT 8. Wins the faceoff off Arden B. I do agree, that was a bad pass by Packers. He may redeem himself there as he stretches one up to Arden B, but... Or, sorry, APAT.
He did stretch
well
one up to
defended by
Arden
Arden
B,
B. Yeah, true. Packers carrying it back into his own zone. Carrying it past Arden B. Trying to force his way through both defenders. He'll get it into the Surge zone. Gasoline's is there. Packers trying the shot. APAT. Or, sorry, Al Fresco. Getting my names confused. Shows nothing in front. Here's APAT from the point. It's a weak shot. Doesn't make it to the net. Gasoline's up for Goriest, who will change for Arden B. Radium 7 on the ice now. If the Surge are going to score, it's now. Here's Packers. Killing time behind his own net. APAT electing to change for Robe. Packers getting it free. Goriest, hard pressure in the corner. Looking for the pass out. Here's Gorius trying to get it out to the slot. Nothing there, as the post denied that one. Sammy the Whale on the ice for the Otters as Packer gets a change. Gorius now. Still defending against Robe. He is not letting the Otters out from behind their own net. Robe finally gets it free. Has a 2-on-1. Over for Sammy the Whale. His shot. Panged by Al Fresco. Great save. Sammy the Whale. Back out to Robe. Over for Whale. Whale back the other way. Radium 7 able to find it in his skates and clear it. Minute 30 left. Robe storming down the ice. Gorius gets it free. Radium 7 into the Otters' corner with it. Defended by Sammy the Whale. He'll ping it behind the net. Robe with possession now. Defended by Radium. Sorry, forechecked by Radium. Robe down the near boards. Gasolines will take it from here into the corner, but Robe gets it free. Alafresco has to ping it out from the slot. Sammy the Whale up the boards. Robe looking to receive that pass. Arden B on the ice. Springs Gasolines, but Packers, good defense there. Able to get it away from Gasolines. Packers now. Behind his own net. Pressured by
Ashley's biggest event of the year is happening March 8th through the 10th. Shop Doorbusters starting at $2.99 and an exclusive delivery offer. Plus, earn 3% back with 12-month special financing on a qualifying in-store purchase with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card. Only at Ashley in Saginaw.
We will get a change. Packers is loose. Can't beat Gorius, though, off the bench. Gorius tries to get one up for Gasolines. Packers has a lane. It's denied by Gorius. He'll take it into the corner. 10 seconds left. Gorius can't free it. Looking to get it out from behind his own net. Packers will chase. Obviously not a terrible play with time winding down, but he won't get anything from it. 2-1 as the Sacramento Surge get one on the board. And we could see a monumental comeback here. Luke, I'll pass it off to you.
Yeah, Sacramento getting one on the board, kind of surprising, just a poor play by Packers. After that, Ohio kind of looked nervous in my opinion. They struggled behind the net for a little bit. You hope that they go into this intermission and kind of work things out. On the other end, if you're a Sacramento fan, I just realized this is probably the most biased commentary booth of all time, so I'm going to try to change that. If you're a Sacramento fan, whoever that is, then you just want them to keep applying the same pressure that they have. They obviously have made Ohio falter once and are holding them to 2 goals without Fresco in net. But enough about the game. We're actually going to go into a new segment now for the first time, and that's a community spotlight. So recently, we had a call to arms. We talked on the BHCL Twitter about, hey, if you guys have anything cool you want to show on stream, like, feel free to send it in. We would love to get it up there. So I'm just going to kind of go through a few things that we got. So starting it off, I realized now that I should have prepared by trying to learn how to say names, but Mello on Twitter drawing Ohio Otters. This is going to be all Otters, by the way. You can see also a black jersey version of that. Followed up by, oh no, I can't read the names. Also drawing Ohio Otters, this time cheering them on with a little sparkle and a little foam finger on the background. You can see that also enlarged. This one, a little penciled sketch by Jelly, I believe. This one's really cool because it has all of the players involved in it. This is the first Sammy the Whale fan art I have ever seen in my life, and I'm so happy about that. Not that it's the
Sammy the Whale.
Yeah, exactly, because I love Whale is what I'm trying to imply. Here's a little bit more detail on that one. The Malibu Marshmallows actually did get one. And although Tony and Powell says that they're not a fan of how it turned out, I personally am. Malibu Marshmallow's manager here. This completely fits my vibe. It's a very angry marshmallow on a stick, but I would not want it any other way because that definitely defines my mentality for the entire season. And then how much time do we have left? 19 seconds?
20 seconds.
20 seconds. All right, we'll bring it back later on, but I have a few more things to show. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and bring it back to the mainstream.
All right, yes, sir. I'm excited to see this period get underway. Any predictions, Luke?
Ooh, I really think that if Robe and Sammy the Whale, they get one more goal, I think it'll put it out of reach for Sacramento. They're such a defensive team that it's, their offense right now is kind of surprising. But mostly, I just think that the mentality just needs to go the way of Ohio if they want to secure the win.
Yeah, Sacramento obviously scoring the goal that period, but they only had one shot, with the Otters having, I believe, 5. Here's Radium 7 out to center ice. Robe intercepts that pass. It's out of play. As the biggest Otters fan there is, I'm a little nervous. I think we should be winning by a larger margin, but obviously Alfresco, I may have been wrong. He's not playing bad.
He's honestly playing pretty well for Solon, who's just come out of retirement.
And as I say that, Robe scores off the faceoff. It's 3-1 Otters.
Pulling up the replay right now to watch it back, and that's just, again, Alfresco really can't be blamed for that one. He's getting double screened right there. Robe's just going to take advantage of the fact that he's playing against someone that's not the best on the faceoffs. Radium 7 not known to be, that star player that's going to win you all these faceoffs. Gorius looking like he's actually covering Sammy the Whale right there, and that leads to Robe just getting an easy walk-in goal. Robe, the captain for the Otters, putting up 2 for his team and basically assisting on the other one from Sammy the Whale. 3-point night for him already.
The Otters have Foolish to thank for that goal, as he apparently predicted the face-off goal for Robe. So good manifestation there from the Ohio Otters owner, as it's now 3-1. Robe pulling it back from the corner, trying to get his 3rd of the night, but it's denied by Radium. Here's Sammy the Whale. Radium again holding the line, getting past Robe. Radium's shot off the post. It's a scramble, and it's in. Radium 7 pokes it home. And it's a 1-goal game again. The Sacramento Surge have 2.
Radium 7, great player. I took him in 2nd round in the draft for the Malibu Marshmallows. Ended up having to trade him for reasons. But this is what you want to see from Radium. This is what you want to see from somebody that you traded 2 pretty decent players for in Mix and Berto. I believe this is the first time that he's gotten on the score sheet for Sacramento. And this is a really necessary time.
We really don't want people to think of feeding food like ours as spoiling their dogs. Good.
Either Sammy the Whale or Robe pings it back off the post. Looks like Robe might have done that.
Yeah, obviously not the play you want to see from the Otters, but both Surge goals have been off poor mistakes. So I'm confident in the Otters' ability not to make those again. Here's Sammy the Whale in the corner. Sammy up for Robe. Robe defended well by Goriest. He'll pull it back in center ice. Looking for the shot. Won't get it. Here's Goriest stealing from Robe. Unable to get the shot away. Radium has it. Loses it. Robe, a shot. He scores. Robe. A hat trick. And the Otters are up 4-2.
Radium 7 obviously waiting to make that shot to get the perfect opportunity to slip it past Sammy the Whale and Robe is going to completely deny that opportunity. A lot of the time, people they're going to sit there and crouch in front of it, waiting for you to take the shot. Robe going full offensive here. I definitely didn't expect that. Radium didn't expect that. Damoni, have we ever seen something like that before? Such an aggressive play?
That was wild. I honestly expected Radium to shoot that sooner. He kind of just stood there. He froze.
I mean, I was going to compliment Radium's patience there, because a lot of the times people do just shoot it right off the bat. They don't give the defense time to make a mistake. But Robe doesn't play defense.
But this is true. Robe, not really a defensive-minded player. As you can see here, 3 goals for and 2 goals against, I believe. Or sorry, no, he has 1 goal against, but still a pretty bad one at that. Here's Packers, working his way into the Surge zone. Defends Gasolines. Packers gets a shot away off the near post. Narrow miss for the Surge as Al Fresco is forced to clear that one out. Here's Apat taking a shot now. Al makes the save again. Apat getting one up for Packers. He'll cross for Apat. Smart play there. Apat looking for the shot. Al Fresco easily paddles that one away. 3 minutes left for the Surge to score, as here's Apat trying to increase the goal differential for the Otters. Here's Packers now getting past Gasolines. His shot, he scores! Packers finds the far side, and it's 5-2. The Otters are running away with this one.
It's become open season out here for Ohio, really taking advantage of Al Fresco at this point. That's a save you think Chokington would have. Al Fresco just cheating a little bit too much on one of the posts, and Packers finally waking up and getting on the score sheet, getting in on the action. This is what's needed if they want to make a deeper playoff run. Is Packers really needs to contribute more. So even though the game is starting to get out of hand, this is great for Ohio. Sacramento, on the other hand, they're not playing bad. If Chokington was here, their starting goalie, it might be a lot closer than this.
I mean, they're not playing bad, but obviously you have to look at the shot clock here. It's 17-6.
Yeah, but that's the whole game plan, though.
Well, it's not working. I don't think it would work if Chokington was in net. Here's Robe, shooting one off the far post. Almost has his 4th. Gorius taking it up the near boards. Robe able to collect that puck. The Surge's mental has to be in the basement right now. As here's Gorius defending against Robe. Looking for a shot. Gorius won't get it. Sammy the Whale able to come back and make the defensive play. Gorius shoots one out. I don't think Bagel was expecting that. He's still able to turn that one aside. Robe getting past Gorius, 2-on-1 developing. Robe, he's in. Saved by Al Fresco, but he jumps over it. And Robe will tap it in for the easiest goal this game.
Not much to say there. Just a poor misplay from Al Fresco. Lost the puck in his pads. Thought maybe the ref would blow the play dead, but he did not have possession of it. So Robe's just going to run up and tap it in. Again, Robe just playing pure offense, and it is working out against this insanely defensive team.
The margin is getting bigger and bigger for the Otters, and it's looking more unlikely that the Surge come back into this one. Obviously, only 4 goals needed to force overtime, but it's pretty unlikely. You'd have to score one every 30 seconds almost. A little over that. Oh, Robe again shoots one off the post. Luke, I believe you had some analysis.
Oh, I was just going to say that I'm happy that my Robe over 3.5 goals hit.
Here's Gorius towards the neutral zone. Gets around Sammy the Whale, but Whale finds it on the back check. Whale, 2-on-1 developing. Gasolines plays it well. Playing the man on that one. Here's Robe taking it, shooting it, and Al Fresco will have the ping. Puck is out to Sammy the Whale. Back for Robe. He'll take it to the boards. Robe trying the near side. Al Fresco shoulders that one away. Sammy the Whale in the slot. And Al Fresco able to make the glove before Sammy the Whale
as we mentioned
register
before,
the shot.
Called out the fans on Twitter. Hashtag BHCL. If you have anything you'd like to share, any tweets, we're taking all of that into account. We're going to announce on our award ceremony who the best fan base is. I got to be honest, Ohio is running away with it right now.
Oh, true. Al Fresco, what a...
Last year, to combat inflation, we ran a promotion cutting the price of Mint Unlimited in half. And it was so popular, we're doing it again.
Fresco finds it with the glove. It's back for Packers. Easily blows by Gasolines, but he can't solve Arden B. Hits it to the middle. Apat almost able to get the shot off. Arden to the middle for Gasolines. That doesn't work. Packers has room. He'll go around, finds the near side, and Packers has his second of the night. 7-2 Otters.
That's a great goal from Packers, just absolutely dangling past all of the Surge and slipping it by Al Fresco. But I think that Packers might have awoken something even worse, as I believe I see the ghost of Chokington on the bench now for Sacramento. There's only a minute left in the game, but we might see the star goaltender get out of the hospital bed and hop on the ice.
It's that kind of game. It's gotten to be that kind of game.
And when I say the ghost of Chokington, I quite literally mean the ghost of Chokington.
He is...
He is
invisible on the bench.
Yes, he is here in spirit.
Nice. Here's Apat off the face-off, looking to finish out this final minute of the game. Packers up the near boards. Gets around Gasolines. Packers out of the corner, looking for the hat trick. Gasolines will deny it. Apat 8. Soft pressure on Gasolines. Up for Apat. Vasilevsky playing skater.
Times are rough in Sacramento, it appears.
Times are tough. Apat defending against Vasilevsky, takes it all the way in, but Vasilevsky able to find that one off the back check. Chokington working to the middle, pulling it back. Looking for the pass to Gorius. Gorius looking to go back the other way. Packers will find that puck. Alafresco pings one out to Chokington. Vasilevsky back to Gorius. Gorius to Vasilevsky in the slot. Apat 8 is there to read the pass. 5 seconds left. Apat looking for one final shot. Gorius won't let him get it. And the Ohio Otters have won Game 1 of the BHCL playoff series against the Sacramento Surge. Obviously, this was the expected outcome, especially with Chokington, the Surge's star goalie, missing. The Otters couldn't really find their footing in the first 2 periods, but seemed to come alive in the third.
Yeah, I mean,
Any analysis, Luke?
Although this is the expected outcome on paper, and maybe what Vegas would want you to believe, there's been a huge narrative going for a long time that Robe cannot perform in playoffs. So the fact that he just absolutely went off tonight is great if you're an Ohio Otters fan. Now, I gotta say, I want to give props to Al Fresco. You know, the third period did not go the best, but the first 2 periods, they actually, he held them in there fairly tight, fairly well. You know, hopping off of retirement and making your start inside of a playoff game at the highest level is insanely difficult. But up until the very end, he played fairly well.
Yeah, credit to Al Fresco. Obviously had some beef on the desk beforehand. I think both sides are vindicated. Obviously, Al performing a lot better than expected, making the saves that he needed to make, but also, you know, letting some weak ones in. That's to be expected if you haven't played in a while. But much respect to Al Fresco for stepping in for a much-needed goaltending issue for the Surge.
Before we send it off to break, do you want to hear a quick fun story about Al Fresco?
Yes, why not?
I knew that the Malibu Marshmallows, our season was over when we needed the Surge to win against the LA Earthquakes. And I looked Wally, I shook this man in the hand, shook him in the hand, I looked him in the eye, and I asked him, please beat the Earthquakes. And he responded with, don't worry, we just traded for Al Fresco. And that's when I knew that it was over and the Surge were losing. And that is a true story.
Al Fresco, not the impact player you want for a competing team. You know, he held his own tonight, though, and we got to give him credit. Anyways, we will be sending this one to break. We may have a desk segment in between, so stay tuned for that. The next game coming at you is the 4th seed Paris Pigeons versus the 5th seed LA Earthquakes. Stay tuned for that one. We'll be back shortly.
It's fun. Every good thing in this world starts.
All right, BHCL. We're back for an in-between segment, in between these playoff games. Obviously, we just saw the Ohio Otters dominate the Sacramento Surge 7-2. Fantastic game from the Otters. They lead the series 1-0. Game 2 between that series happening Friday, same time, 7 p.m. But let's transition into the next game between the Earthquakes and the Pigeons, starting at 7:45. We had Yuppie over there on my right side jump into an analysis. We're gonna send you over to that video right now.
My name is Yuppie. I'm a player on the New York Bagels BHCL team. My team currently has a bye into the second round, so I have some time to spare. I'm gonna be doing a little analysis for the guys on the desk on the Los Angeles Earthquake and their breakout style and their break-in style. So we're gonna get to see a quick little back check from Vacula Beefy. This is what you're gonna see a lot of. He's the primary forechecker on this line, and Ghosty Ferret trusts him to do that dirty work for him and try to kind of bring the puck back to Ferret, which is what's gonna happen. On this line, Ghosty Ferret is definitely the primary playmaker.
Pros is custom hair care made for the label readers, the skeptics, and most of all,
Ferret, and this is definitely something Ghosty Ferret has instilled into him over the season. He does not want Vac to come back and help him, which sounds kind of counterintuitive, but he wants Vac to hold the attention of Woe Sniper and allow Ghosty Ferret to kind of isolate these 1v1s, which he will do here against Zeo1, as Zeo1's going to try to bring that puck in, but Ghosty Ferret's going to get a good stop. And now he's going to be able to push by Zeo1 and has all this space because of the presence that Vac Beef made. Now Ghosty Ferret's going to bring it up the ice, and you can even see some hesitation from Woe Sniper. He doesn't really know what to do because his teammate got burned by one of the best players in the league, and Ghosty Ferret's going to bring it in on a 2-on-1. You can even see Woe Sniper, he kind of inches towards Vac. He's not sure if Ferret's going to pass or not. And once Ferret notices this, it's already over, as he's going to bring the puck in, take a nice shot on the far side of Kiet X4, and he's going to bury that. We're going to be seeing a lot of this series, as he's going to be matched up against R-Doggy and one of the weaker players on the Pigeons, probably Transports, who isn't bad by any means, but if you leave him in too many 2-on-1 situations, he's going to get punished, just like we saw Woe Sniper get punished here, just because of how dynamically this line is able to play, because of the defense that Ghosty Ferret can play and how much Vac Beef trusts him. But that's all the time I have for this segment. I'm going to hand it back to the guys, and yeah, good luck to both teams tonight. I'm really excited to see how this matchup turns out.
All right. That is a great analysis from our pro and analyzer Yuppie over there. Great talk about the Los Angeles Earthquakes. So let's jump into things. We don't have much time. Let's start with Yuppie. Obviously, he analyzed the Earthquakes over there. Do you have the Earthquakes winning this one?
I'm actually really confident in them. I've had a couple scrims with them recently, and they didn't go great, but I think they learn a lot every time they play. And I think that swapping out TJF, who's kind of at the end of his career, for somebody that's young, a lot more energetic, and has a much higher skill ceiling than him, and Vac Beef is going to be super impactful. I could see them running away with this in a 2-0 after Friday. I think if they win tonight, I'm not sure the Pigeons are going to be able to bounce back and learn from the loss, and I think the Earthquakes can really run away with it. And tonight, I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think it's going to be a 4-2 finish.
All right, great pick there from Yuppie. But Ohio Otters, what's your pick for this Game 1 matchup? Or not? You're muted, bud.
He's nervous.
Oh, oops. Yeah, no, sorry, I got cold feet there. I love Vac Attack, Vacation Beach 24, whatever you want to call him. But I'm not as confident in the Earthquakes. I think the Paris Pigeons have a great team. Obviously, some struggles mid-season, but if anyone's going to turn that ship around, it's going to be Olav. He's a great leader. Great move shifting him to the second line. He's been a lot more effective offensively for the Pigeons. So I have the Earthquakes taking this one tonight by a score of maybe 3-1. And the series, I think it's going to go to 3 games, but I think the Pigeons will pull it out.
Wow. Bold take there, even though it's a pretty wild prediction there. We haven't had a series go to 3 games in quite the minute. We haven't had that if necessary game played. It's been like almost 2 seasons in the BHL, and we might be making it 3 with the BHCL. For this game, I'm going to take the Pigeons to win this one. I think the Pigeons are the better team here. I feel like Ferret and Nick Konechny last year when they were played in the playoffs, they really crumbled. I mean, Ferret played well, but I feel like they really crumbled and underperformed. So I like the Pigeons winning this one. I'm gonna go with 3-1 Pigeons for tonight, and I think they're going to win the series 2-1. I believe it is going to go to 3 games, but I think the Pigeons are going to pull it out. Finally, Vasilevsky, making your way out of the hospital for this one. How you feeling first off?
Hello?
I mean,
Hello?
understandable.
Sorry. Hello? Sorry. I'm having some technical issue. So, recovery was fine. I had to show out for the last couple of minutes there to support my team. Regardless. Regardless. Sorry.
There's a chicken has entered the desk room at the moment.
Someone got so nervous they laid an egg.
That's my son. I'm sorry. Can you re-ask the question? It's about the series, right?
Yeah, Earthquakes Pigeons. What do you got?
You know what? I'm a big fan of Olaf. He's my little schnookums, my Pookie Bear, if you will. I'm gonna give him game 1. All right, I'm gonna give the Otters game 1. I'm gonna take it.
I'm gonna give the Otters game 1 too.
Not the Otters, whatever. The Pigeons. Pigeons. I'm gonna give them a 2-1 final regulation, and unfortunately, I'm gonna say 2-1 Earthquakes as the overall finale.
All right, thank you for that, Vasilevsky. Obviously, the medication still affecting you quite a bit. You're all over the place, but we gotta send you to break as it is currently 7:45 at the moment. So we gotta send you on a very quick break. We'll get you over to Paris in no time. All right, BHCL, we're back. Playoffs, game number 1 of the second first-round series taking place between the LA Earthquakes and the Paris Pigeons. Currently, both the teams huddled up in their locker rooms at the moment. We should be getting this started momentarily. We'll have probably R-Doggy and Transports for the Pigeons, along with O-Love and I believe Marvin Harrison Jr., their second line, with Pluds starting in net for Paris. And on the Earthquake side of things, the visiting team should be Ghosty Ferret and Vaculate Beef 24 on the first line, with Konechny and Quake TFA on the second line. And starting in net for your Earthquakes is Nixies 12. Face-off commencing in around 17 seconds. So we got a bit of time before this game gets underway. But very first impressions of a playoff series. We'll see how these teams perform under the pressure. Obviously a 10K prize pool at the end of everything. So high stakes, high pressure as we're underway in Paris. Ardoggy winning the faceoff versus Vaculate Beef, and he'll take it into the zone. Ghosty Ferret gets it out instantly, transports. Takes his time, hitting it up for Ardoggy, but intercepted by Ghosty Ferret. Ardoggy able to force it by Ghosty Ferret momentarily, and he's able to keep it in the zone. Ardoggy to the middle, saved by Nixies. Ghosty Ferret behind the net. Pulled back by Ardoggy, but he's unable to get a shot away. It goes wide. Ferret working the puck along the boards and out of the zone. In neutral ice now, transports. Trying to get it to the middle for Ardoggy. He whiffs on the original shot attempt, and Ghosty Ferret clears. Ghosty Ferret across for Vacuole Beef. He's already open. Shot saved by Pluds. Big save from the Paris goaltender with a quick start to this one. The puck worked along the near boards by the penalty boxes as Transports enters the zone. Ghosty Ferret instantly clears it though, trying to work past Ardoggy, but he's unable to. Ardoggy moving corners and able to move the puck out of the zone. Trying to get past Vaculate Beef, but a good poke there from Vac. Ferret trying to work it into the middle, but it's cleared away and down the ice by Transports. Ferret taking his time, cutting to the middle. He switches with Vaculate Beef, but Ardoggy reads it and hits it to the boards. Now he hits it back to his teammate Transports. Crossing to Ardoggy. Both these teams taking a very long line change. Should see them get off the ice soon. A very long shift, I should specify, as Ardoggy back checks Ghosty Ferret there. Ardoggy gets it past Vaculate Beef. Trying to get to the middle, but he's unable to. Ghosty Ferret forces him to the boards. A lot of back and forth action. Ardoggy has shot. It goes wide. His patented P2 out of the corner to a P3 on display there, but he missed the target. Ghosty Ferret behind his own net. Olov now on the ice for the Pigeons. It'll be Tiger Lover on the second line with Olov. And it's Konechny, and it'll eventually be Quake TFA when Ghosty Ferret goes for the change. Pluds plays it out. Olov has a break. Quake TFA late to get on, but a big ping by Quake. Able to recover. Olov keeps it in the zone, though. Taking it out. Cuts back. Both players bunching heavily there, but the Paris Pigeons are unable to take advantage of it. Konechny gets past Tiger Lover to the middle for Quake. Quake all alone. Shot saved by Pluds. The rebound cleared by Olov. Konechny hits it to the middle. It's hit away by Tiger Lover. Tiger Lover trying to work it down the boards. A big hit there from Konechny. No call from the referee. He keeps his whistle in his pocket. Playoff hockey, as they say. Not going to call as many penalties.
Life is expensive. Tools don't have to be. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
I really encourage you to see if Dairyland can save you some money. Just give them a call. They offer a whole lot of options for your coverage.
Gives it off to Olov, but Quake TFA right there. Tiger Lover with a good shift. A shot saved by Nixies. Both goaltenders getting quite a few tests early on, but nothing major. Haven't had to see any great aim and glove saves so far, as Ardoggy back on the ice for the Pigeons, and he's forechecking crazily. Takes it away from Quake TFA in the corner. Ghosty Ferret back on for the Earthquakes. They are matching these two superstars head to head, as Ardoggy trying to work it out of the zone, but Ferret steals it from him, clears. Nice curve by Ferret, but it ends up out of play. It was a 2-on-1 for the Earthquakes heading the other way, and instead it's an offensive zone draw.
Really unfortunate for Ghosty Ferret. He had Ardoggy, the best player on the Pigeons, absolutely beat, and then just threw away his opportunity.
Face-off getting underway. Ardoggy wins it, tries to shoot it off the face-off, but it's cleared by the Earthquake. Ghosty Ferret hitting it back into his own end, behind his net, but Ardoggy steals. Ardoggy to the middle. Transport's very nervous to step up on that one, but he had a chance. He was unable to get the shot away, though. Ardoggy Hitting it to the middle for Transports. He pings this one, but not able to get a shot away as Ghosty Ferret hits it aside. 27 seconds remain in this first period. Ghosty Ferret trying to work past Transports, but he's unable to. He pulls it back, though, given a lot of space. Gets by R-Doggy momentarily, but R-Doggy able to back check and recover. Pigeons might decide to just kill this one, as there's only a couple seconds left in the period. That's exactly what R-Doggy's doing, keeping it in behind his own net. And that'll do it for the period. A very playoff-like period. Not a lot of shots, not a lot of goals. It's 0-0.
Yeah, really low-scoring game. Or it seems like it's such a low shots-on-goal game, but it feels like there's been so many more opportunities than just 2 each. Ghosty Ferret and R-Doggy, I know, both getting quite a few good looks. R-Doggy with his patented P3 from that corner, but this time it just goes a little bit wide. This is obviously the... Excuse me, I'm losing my train of thought. This is obviously the game that has the closest teams in terms of skill, right? Like, it could go either way between the Earthquake and the Pigeons, but I mean, it is showing that right now, as there is no team that has looked like a clear winner to me that period. They both probably had equally the same amount of mistakes and the same amount of opportunities.
Yeah, it was an interesting period for sure. Obviously, you would like to see a little more finishing ability from both teams. As you mentioned, it felt like there was a little more chances than just 2 aside. But, you know, R-Doggy had that P3 from the boards that went wide. There was a couple chances that just barely missed the net, or at the last moment were hit away by a defender. It's kind of what you expect to see from, you know, playoff hockey. You know, teams are playing to the best of their ability, and they're playing as conservative as possible because they don't want to concede that one goal or make that one mistake that'll cost them the game or the series, that being.
Yeah, and I mean, in general, though, the Paris Pigeons are a more defensive team than offensive. Their only real goal scorer is R-Doggy and Olaf whenever he decides to step up to the ice or to the plate. On the other hand, you have basically the opposite in LA, almost pure offense. Ghosty Ferret is their best two-way player. Besides that, you have Nick, who isn't known to be great on defense, and Quake, who's Quake TFA. So this is really such an interesting matchup. Like, these teams, it really just depends on how they play any given day. There's really no way to predict who the winner is going to be in this game. That being said, I do think that Ghosty Ferret might just edge it out a little bit over the Paris Pigeons. I think he's just a little bit more of a complete player.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like the Earthquakes had the better first period out of the two teams. The 2 shots that we saw from the Earthquake were very dangerous opportunities and very great saves by the goaltender Pluds.
Did you know you can get 6 free skincare gifts if you sign up for Curology today? Get personalized skincare treatment.
The Earthquakes. But we're going to resume action in the second period. Face-off taking place in 5 seconds. No changes to each team's lines. They're running the same thing. As Vaculate Beef wins a face-off, almost gets past Transports instantly, but Transports hits it to the corner. Little help from Pluds there in the net as well, as he got a piece of that. Vaculate Beef working on Transports in the corner. Out to Ghosty for a shot! Saved by Pluds! It was behind him. May have hit the post and he gloved it. Ghosty Ferret working it back into the zone, but he backs off and lets R-Doggy take over. R-Doggy hitting it just a bit too far, and Ghosty Ferret will take over. A little bit of a stutter there from R-Doggy, something to keep an eye on as Ghosty Ferret and R-Doggy go at it along the boards. Puck is in the Pigeon zone. Ghosty Ferret double covered now. A shot on their own net from the Pigeons. It's stopped by Pluds. Not a great start for the period for Paris, as Ghosty Ferret appearing to be the better of the 2 superstars so far. Ghosty Ferret takes it away from Transports behind the net. Now he's crossing it for Vaculate Beef. Vaculate Beef has plenty of space here. Trying to work past R-Doggy, but a good block there. R-Doggy, a shot saved by Nixies. Ghosty Ferret clearing the zone. Transports pulls it back. Looking for R-Doggy. He didn't realize where the puck was, and Ghosty Ferret pounces. Immaculate Beef now. Back in his own end. He crosses for Ghosty Ferret. One-on-one versus Transports, but Transports wins it and pulls it all the way back. Kind of a pass there, like a drop pass. Transports trying to pass it up for Ardoggy, but it's intercepted by Ghosty Ferret. Ghosty Ferret hit away by Olov. Olov trying to work around the outside, but Ghosty Ferret with a good back check there. And he pulls it away from Olov. A lot of space for Ghosty Ferret here. Gets past Olov. He's in alone. Shot saved by Ploods. Olov crossing it for Tiger Lover, trying to catch the Earthquakes sleeping on a line change, but Quake gets there in time. Quake trying to work past Tiger Lover now, but it hits it to the border. Nice pullback from Quake. He keeps it in the zone. A shot saved by Ploods. Earthquakes having a much, much better period. Feels like they've been dominant on the attack here as Tiger Lover trying to work out of the corner. He whiffs yet again, and Quake keeps it in. Quake doing a fantastic job on this forecheck, trying to get it out for Konechny at the point, but pass was too weak, and it's taken over by Olov. Olov works back into his own end now. Clears the zone, but Quake takes over. Puck in neutral ice as Olov hits it back for Tiger Lover. Tiger Lover hits it up for Olov, who hits it up the boards. Konechny able to clear the zone, but a good block from Tiger Lover. But Quake TFA takes it away from him. Olov tries to work it up the near boards. He is able to. And it's behind the net. Quake working on Olov. Big hit there. Again, the ref keeping his whistle silent. Ardoggy now back on the ice against this second line. A shot! It goes off the side of the post. And finally, a penalty called on the Earthquakes as Ardoggy hit behind the net there. And Quake TFA will be heading to the box. We'll be saying a power play for the first time in BHCL. Congrats, Quake TFA. You are the first penalty taker.
Well, the Paris Pigeons are known to go on the power play, so we'll see how this turns out. They have a lot of practice here.
Ardoggy almost gets a shot away on the faceoff, but Ghosty Ferret hits it away. Ardoggy pulls it back past Ghosty Ferret. A shot saved by Nixies. Rebound, he gloves it. Big save on the rebound as Ardoggy may have had a rebound opportunity out in front.
Ardoggy just basically 1v1ing Ploods, it felt like, for that entire sequence. Ghosty Ferret got a stick on it early on after the faceoff, but besides that, it was all Ardoggy and Nixies. My bad.
Yeah. Wrong goaltender, but it happens. Ardoggy wins the faceoff again, but Ghosty Ferret pings it away. He works past Transports. He's in shorthanded, but Transport's able to back check it. Almost an opportunity the other way as Transport's struggling with it. Hits it up for Ardoggy. That's an easy play from Ghosty Ferret to make. He keeps it on the boards, and a fantastic penalty kill for the Earthquakes besides that first opportunity. Ardoggy. Nice pullback there, but Ghosty Ferret hits it away. Transport's now given space, and he just hits it right to Ghosty Ferret. Transport's making quite a few miscues here in this second period. I believe he was also the person to shoot it on his own goal, as Ardoggy is shot saved by Nixies. He's been strong as well. Both goaltenders not looking to give up that first goal. Ghosty Ferret given plenty of space and time. He looked for the pass originally, but looks off Konechny as Olov and Transport's on the ice for the Pigeons. Ghosty Ferret pulls it back, trying to work it to the middle, but it's hit away by Olov. Big ping by Konechny. Ghosty Ferret tries to get to the middle, but unable to. Olov hitting it back into his own end, crossing it for Tiger Lover. Tiger Lover, chance with 3 seconds left, but it's hit away by Konechny from behind, and that'll do it for the second period. It's still 0-0 after 2. Both goalies putting on a show here in Paris.
It's only a matter of time before one of these goalies falter. We've seen this time and time again. Goalies absolutely going crazy, insanely dominant the entire game, and then letting in the weakest shots that you just expect them to save. I'm kind of expecting that's how this game's going to go. Maybe 1-0, maybe 2-1 type game. I don't see a lot of goals being scored, but I think that the goal that is going to be scored is just going to be, it's going to be soft. It's going to be weak. You're not going to expect that to be the game-winning goal in such an action-packed, high-octane, high just offense game. Real fast, though, I want to talk about some of the players on the Paris Pigeons. Transport's not looking the best, being a little shaky, making some questionable plays, just looking like he's maybe being...
Trees are involved in up to 30% of our outages each year. So we provide a vegetative management program that clears our wire zone and provides safe and reliable services.
Consumers Energy, a force of change, a force for you.
Think custom hair care sounds like a gimmick? Meet pros. Truly custom hair care personalized to your one-of-a-kind.
Going down on the second line against what should be worse players, he would absolutely dominate them. That's not his game style, so it's not a huge shock, but you'd really hope to see something more from one of your star players. Thankfully, they have Pluds backing them in net, who's played very well so far. Same with Nixies. Both of them standing on their heads, keeping their teams in the game, because even though the shots are only 5-6 right now, they've been decent shots, and there have been a few that have gone off the posts, and own goal shots do not count either, so that's another save for Pluds that he was definitely not expecting.
Yeah, I wonder if the Pigeons go to Marvin Harrison Jr. We saw him a little bit during the BHCL regular season. They just don't have the offensive firepower to compete with this Earthquakes team at the moment, and maybe mixing it up with a forward who is capable of scoring on that second line and is pretty active every day. I see Marvin Harrison Jr. on the server quite a bit, scrimming and trying to get better at his craft. Maybe some usage of him in this third period, maybe mix things up.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I think that Marvin Harrison Jr. and Olaf for the second line might be a little bit more powerful. It's kind of a high risk, high reward situation, as he has so much potential but doesn't have the experience to back it up. But it's playoffs hockey. You have to take these risks if you want to win. You're not going to win. The Paris Pigeons are not going to win by playing it safe. They're not going to win the cup by playing how they've played the entire season. It has been the narrative that they are kind of frauds. They don't necessarily deserve to be the position they are, and they're kind of showing it tonight. Although these seeds are close, they're not winning.
Right, face-off underway as Ardoggy won it. Puck sits in neutral ice a moment before heading into the Earthquakes zone. Ardoggy doing a good job on the forecheck. Nice pullback there, gets some space away from Ghosty Ferret. He tries a very sharp angle shot, but it goes haywire behind the net. Ardoggy doing a fantastic job on the forecheck here. Looks like a much better shift for the Pigeons to start, but Ghosty Ferret working past Transports. Ghosty Ferret trying to get a shot away, but I believe the Pigeons got a stick on that. Sending it wide. As Transports trying to work up, but a good block from Vaculate Beef. Ardoggy to the middle for Transports, but Ghosty Ferret reads that well and works past Transports. Trying to cut to the middle, but it's hit away by Ardoggy. Ardoggy trying to work past Ghosty Ferret, but he's unable to. Vaculate Beef taking over, and the puck ends up out of play on the Pigeons bench.
You think you know who's going to win this upcoming BHCL playoffs? Go ahead and tweet us, Blocky Hockey MC on Twitter or X. We have our playoff bracket. Go ahead and say who you think's going to win. Challenge there.
Use the hashtag BHCL as well, so we can see your bracket. As Vaculate Beef almost has a shot on net there, pinging it away from Transports, but Pluds coming out of the net to hit it away. Transports for Ardoggy, tries to get a shot away, but Ghosty Ferret getting a stick on that, sending it wide, and he takes it away from Ardoggy. 2-on-1 for the Earthquake. Ghosty Ferret in alone, save Pluds. He plays it. Ardoggy working it along the bench. Vaculate Beef takes over. Back trying to work it along the boards, but unable to, and the puck ends up out of play.
A great sequence from both teams right there. Ghosty Ferret coming out on top among all of the players, though. Getting a huge opportunity against Pluds. Pluds kind of sitting in the middle. You're surprised that Ghosty Ferret didn't try to cheat off the post with that shot. But it looks like Tiger Lover will be out for the third period.
Olaf almost generating a shot chance on the faceoff. He had plenty of net to look at, but he missed by quite a bit. As Konechny working it up the ice, but Olaf gets back on the back check. He is normally a defenseman, but he's been playing forward at the latter half of this season as Olov trying to work past the Earthquakes. I'm not sure who got a stick on it, but it was one of them. It might have been Quake or Konechny. As Konechny takes over. Trying to clear the zone, but he's unable to. Olov keeps it in. Olov trying to pass it to the middle, but unable to. As Tiger Lover passing it up for Olov. A shot saved by Nixies. Oh, it's in.
What?
I think it's possible that it might have gotten stuck in the netting, or he dropped it in the net.
I'm trying to pull up the replay for that right now.
Hey, can you guys tell me if that was a goal or not? I don't think it was.
Okay, so from what I can see, I'll try to pause it and I'll try to like zoom in. Hold on the stream. Okay. From what I can see, Nixies gloves it. He turns around to play the puck. He plays it inside of the glass, and then Quake hits it, thinking it's gonna like bounce off the glass, and instead it goes into the net. Like the puck kind of was inside of the netting as Nixies put it down.
Yeah. So one of the.
This place is so weird. It's the Twilight Zone.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on?
The referee can determine that it is a game-breaking bug and call it back, but it should be no goal. I'm pretty sure as the puck was.
Yeah, this is no goal.
Yeah, the puck was dropped at the side of the net and hit in by Quake. Obviously a bug. It will still be an offensive zone face-off though for the Pigeons, as the puck was in the offensive zone. Oh wait, you said offside dot? Ooh, maybe not.
Definitely a weird sequence.
I don't know why it would be the offside dot, but I trust Yuppie's word.
Yeah, it should be ozone. Oh, okay.
Oh,
blow it dead. Oh, blow it dead, blow it dead, blow it dead. All right. All right. Just figuring some things out. It should be in the offensive zone there. As Nixies did glove it down. Just pretend like he didn't play the puck, and it's an offensive zone instead. As Olov trying to shoot it off the face-off, and it's hit to the boards by Quake. Quake hitting it up for Konechny. Konechny trying to get past Tiger Lover, but it's pinged away. In the corner now. Tiger Lover versus Konechny. Both battling it out here for possession. No player really taking huge possession of this puck. Finally, Nick Konechny trying to take possession of it in neutral ice, but he's whiffing quite a bit. Quake takes over as Tiger Lover hits it right back up. Olov trying to get a shot away from the near boards, but it's hit to the boards by Konechny. Tiger Lover trying to hit it to the center, but no one home as Quake TFA takes it back into his own end. Quake works past Olov momentarily, but Olov able to back check and hit it behind the net. Olov fighting for the puck with Quake. It ends up on the stick of Konechny, but both teams deciding to line change here. Almost the entirety of the first line's back on the ice. As Ardoggy looking for transports, it's pinged away by Ghosty Ferret. Quake will finally head to the bench. Transports in front, it's stopped by Nixies. Ardoggy a shot from deep, it goes wide. Ferret will take over. Very, very close game here as Ghosty Ferret backs off as Transports takes over. A shot from Ardoggy from deep, it hits the post. Ghosty Ferret behind his net. Looking for that game-winning goal at this point. Any goal from any team at this point is a crusher. And pretty much a guaranteed game-winning goal as Ardoggy hits it away from Ghosty Ferret. Transports behind the net. Hits it up for Ardoggy. Both players whiffing in the neutral zone as 1 minute remains in the third period. Transports wins it! A shot off the post! Cleared away by Nixies, and Vacuolate Beef now behind his net. Hitting up for Ghosty Ferret. It's a one-on-one with Transports, but Transports pitches it away. Ghosty Ferret taking it back into his own hands. It's Ardoggy and Olov, the line we saw at the beginning of the season. Ardoggy trying to take it out of the corner, but he unable to, as Ghosty Ferret takes over. 2-on-1 potentially here for the Earthquake. Ghosty Ferret down the boards. It's hit away by Ardoggy. Ardoggy hitting it up the boards, but Vacuum Beef right back in. He's in alone. Has a shot opportunity, saved by Plords. The rebound, it's cleared away. Olov works it past Ghosty Ferret. A shot off the post. Ghosty Ferret to the middle. Tries to get past Olov. One last chance for the Earthquake. It's hit to the boards by Olov. Behind the net now, and that will do it. We will be seeing overtime in Game 1 of this series.
Insane last sequence of events as constant shots going off the post on both ends. Olov probably with the best opportunity in the last 15 seconds of play. Right after his goaltender Pludz makes a save there. Just insane performance here by the players, by the goalies. Some of the best blocky hockey we've seen in a while. And it's doesn't end now because we're heading into overtime. Damoni, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Ooh, definitely a close one. I'd say the Pigeons, obviously having the edge on the shot clock, but if you look at the game, the Earthquakes really aren't playing that bad. Obviously, Ardoggy dominating possession-wise, but it's just a very, very tight game, and either team could come away with this. Despite the score being 0-0, a very entertaining match so far.
I am still going with my prediction of the game-winning goal will be a soft goal. What are your thoughts on that?
I disagree. I think it's going to be Olov from deep.
Fair enough.
So a
Posting
softie.
in.
So a softie.
No, it's
going to be a
P3 from
rocket.
deep.
It's
going to be a
rocket.
rocket.
Of course, when it
Alfresco,
comes to Olov.
what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to take it home? Who do you think is going to score the goal? How is it going to be scored? Give us all of the juicy detail.
Dude, I have to go with Paris still. I took him on the desk. I gotta back up my claim. I feel like they've had some of the better looks in this game. Pludz has looked fantastic positionally, and has pretty much read everything the Earthquakes have thrown at him. Nixies has been quite out of position sometimes, been sleeping. In order to make a save. So I feel like they're going to be caught sleeping. I'm going to go with our doggy. He's going to get a nasty pullback on Ghosty Ferret, make him look silly, and finish it in the corner of the net.
Fair enough. Very, very in-depth play. If that comes true, I don't know. I feel like you deserve something for that. But only a couple of seconds now before we head out to the face-off in our first overtime in BHCL playoff history.
A little bit of talk between the second liners here, between Tiger Lover and Quake TFA getting into it in between this intermission.
Nope, he said JK. It's okay.
Nope, all jokes here. As face-off gets underway for overtime, and Ardoggy wins it. Works past Ghosty Ferret, a shot, it goes through the crease and wide. Transports. Tries the same side pass for Ardoggy. He gets past, a shot goes wide. Two early chances for Ardoggy, but both missing the net in overtime. Ghosty Ferret pinged away by Ardoggy from behind. Transports, passing it up for Ardoggy, but hit away. Ardoggy trying to P3 it, but it's read well by Ghosty Ferret. 2-on-1 the other way for Vacuolate Beef. A shot! Vacuolate Beef ends it in overtime as the Earthquakes take game one.
Back playing, a little bit questionable, as TJF 101 has been on the bench this entire time. Going into the season, Vac was riding the bench, but he has shown why he deserves to be there. The whistle was blown, though. Not sure if there's any sort of...
I think it's a good goal, but just
challenge.
Just to check. I'm going to check.
League invested review.
I don't believe Pludz was in Butterfly.
Why would
He
that?
also
it
came
doesn't.
out very quick.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, no,
For that to be no goal, it has to be at the corner.
yeah.
So that should be a good goal. The Earthquakes are going to win Game 1 off of a breakaway from Vac. Luke, go ahead. Finish your statement.
Right before the Earthquakes scored, there was actually an earthquake within the arena, kind of giving them a little bit of an advantage there as the camera got a little messed up. Ghosty Fair just stomping down the ice kind of has that impact on things. But Vaculate Beef, like I said, ending it in overtime in his first playoff appearance, and TJF probably solidifying his spot on the bench for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Vac had a great game today, and sealing it with a game-winning goal. I don't think they'll be benching him anytime soon. A fantastic start for the Earthquakes. As I mentioned on the desk, we haven't seen a series go to 3 in quite a moment in BHL. So winning that first game is so crucial for any team in a series, because usually they take that momentum into Game 2. But obviously, Game 2 is not right now. It's going to be on Friday. Both round 1 matchups have a Game 2 on Friday, starting off with the Ohio Otters visiting the Sacramento Surge at 7 p.m. Friday, March 22nd. And after that, you will see these two teams go head-to-head again, but in LA, Paris Pigeons visiting the LA Earthquakes. Tentative start to that is 7:45, but as you can see, some of these games can get a little bit longer due to overtime, so that might have to be pushed back. But for now, I believe that's all we have. Luke, just double checking, that's it for the production side of things?
That should be all we have tonight. We will be back on Friday.
Yippee! All right. Thank you all for tuning in to the stream. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot to Luke behind the camera, Ohio Otters for commentating the first game, Yupi and Vasilevsky being on the desk in between games, and obviously Ghosty Fair and ZD being on the desk for the first game. We thank you all for tuning in. We will see you Friday for Game 2. So Mark.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life. Good, real